everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. Something exciting is happening, namely that I have a concert! After everything being cancelled for so long, I'm really excited to be playing again. And not only that, I'm playing something very special. Carnival of the Animals by Saint-Saëns. I was asked by an ensemble, the Dutch String Collective, if I would want to come and play the flute part on my recorder, and of course I said yes. I very rarely do vlogging videos, but I thought it might be interesting to take you along, show you how I arranged it for recorder, how I practice all those twiddly notes, and of course I'm going to show you our performances. So let's take a bit of a look how it turned out. Today I'm in my practice room and I thought I'd show you a bit of what it takes to practice these movements. I'm tackling the volière, the aviary movement, which is quite a challenge. This is the tempo I'm aiming for. If I just repeat this again and again, it's never going to get better, so I break this music down in lots of ways. Let's practice it quite a bit slower. I want to do two things: train my fingers to go where they need to go, and also to stop the notes cracking. Some of these passages lie across the break of the instrument. That's always going to be tricky. So I'm slowing it down and I'm taking it in small sections and playing it in different rhythms. This is how that sounds. Not to keep me going fast, but rather to stop me from rushing, which is really important during this detail work. The other thing I've had to do with this music is, if you look at the score, it goes way too high and way too low for the recorder because it's a flute piece. So I've moved some passages up and down an octave. And this giant chromatic scale here, I've just put it up an octave and then turned it around at the top. Because the recorder, the bore of the eagle is so much wider, it gives me a bigger sound, but I'm noticing I'm working harder to keep all of those high notes, to have them speaking clearly. That is more difficult than on my Baroque recorder. So like with any new instrument, I'm really getting used to how it speaks. Let's have a look at the finale. When I got the sheet music, I was like, oh, it's this. One of those tunes that I knew, but I didn't really know what it was. This movement is for piccolo, flute, so I've chosen to play it on sopranino, and I'm using my Küng sopranino because I feel like that gives me a big sound. So I'm practicing this movement by basically playing along to a recording of it I found on PRIMEPHONIC. Headphone users, if you're wearing headphones, please take them out now. Ready? There's quite a lot of trills on a G. So that's a little peek into my practice. I basically have a week to get this together before the concert, so let's go to a rehearsal and we'll see how I do.
Ja, zo beginnen. Ja, oké. See you guys.
Been to the first rehearsal of Carnival of the Animals, and it was a lot of fun. I can't explain how good it is, how good it feels to be playing with other musicians again. You might be wondering what the situation is like for playing concerts in the Netherlands right now, where I live. At the moment there are no live concerts whatsoever, but live streamed concerts are allowed. We of course follow all of the government guidelines, so that's distancing from one another, wearing masks indoors. And as professional musicians, we're allowed to remove our masks to play when we're in our playing positions, in our playing space. So we're doing all of these steps because that enables us to keep working. Yeah, but the rehearsal, how did it feel? The eagle, it feels so good playing with modern instruments. The blending, normally my biggest struggle when playing recorder with modern instruments is blending, tuning, balance, sound, but this just, it just happens, and that's like, I was doing dynamics, it felt like, The challenge with playing recorders in a mixed group of instruments, I always find, is the attack. So when you start a note on the recorder, it comes very fast. When I'm playing with string players and a clarinetist, which I am in this ensemble, their attack is much slower. The string takes a millisecond to speak, whereas the recorder is there already. But in this ensemble, I'm also playing with piano and percussion, which have a very fast attack. So as an ensemble, it's really interesting to try and all match one another. So how do we do that? We don't have a conductor, you just have to use your reflexes to get used to it in the moment. And at the end of the rehearsal, it was sounding fine. Oh yeah, do you remember that G to A trill that I do on the sopranino that I showed you in the practice room? It's very noisy because you hear it clicking between the two registers, but in the ensemble that actually really worked because it helped make it more defined, that it was like instead of wah, wah, wah. Yeah, awesome. We have one more rehearsal day and then we have the live stream, and I'm gonna share some of that with you as well. So this was a little look behind the scenes at how I played the Carnival of the Animals. This is all taking place in Splendor, the musicians collective that I'm a part of in Amsterdam. Normally we program a lot of concerts, but that's not happening right now in the Netherlands, so we're live streaming everything we're doing. I love this music. Playing romantic music makes me so happy because it's something we never really get to do as recorder players, but I want to do it again. I've shown you a bit of the performance in this video, but I'm going to release more on my channel in the upcoming days, so stay tuned. I mentioned PRIMEPHONIC, the classical music streaming service that I'm partnering with. So if you want to get 2 months of classical music streaming for free, use my code Sarah21 via the link in the description. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here. Over here is the Team Recorder Patreon where you can choose to support the channel, and up here is my video on recorder and orchestra. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye!